One of my favorite things in the world is getting new packages sent to my house. It is just such bliss to be able to open up the package and see what is inside. I am heading out on a trip in just 1 week, and I thought it would be good to show you exactly what I'm bringing, because everything, well, not everything, but a ton of my gear system is brand new stuff, and stuff I've used a little bit, but not a ton, and some stuff I haven't used at all, and some stuff I'm just excited to bust out and show you guys. And there's a couple things that I may or may not do on this trip, and I want your thoughts on this as well. So you can help me out in the comments below by helping me decide what I should do, and we will get to that in a little bit. So here we go with my 30-mile, 3-day gear loadout for my first trip back since quarantine. All right, so first up, big change. I am changing out my backpack, sort of. This is the Southwest Hyperlight Mountain Gear Southwest backpack, but this is the 2400. I picked this up just this past week. I'm fully confident this will do really well for me, especially since I've been using the 3400 version of this backpack for quite some time now. The reason I got this backpack, and I've already got the 3400, well, the 3400 is a very big backpack, especially for summertime use. So I just wanted a little bit smaller of a backpack. The roll top doesn't go down as much. That's really the only difference. And then the white version of these two backpacks is just a couple ounces lighter. So all in all, this is about a 5-6 ounce lighter backpack than my 3400 version of this. So this is coming with me on the trip. Other than that, pretty much the same backpack. For my sleep system, I will be taking the THERMAREST NEOAIR UBERLITE sleep pad. This is a 12-ounce pad, and the reason it's 12 ounces and not the typical 8-ounce like you would normally see this pad in is because I got the long and wide version of this pad. It's an ultralight pad. Looking forward to trying this out. And then I busted out the very first quilt I ever bought. This is the, find the tag. This is the HAMMOCK Gear BURROW 40-degree quilt. This is the very first quilt I ever bought when I got into backpacking. Can't even get this quilt anymore in the style that it's in. I don't really use this quilt because it's a little bit too cold for me for most of the year, but for this upcoming backpacking trip next week, we're forecast to be in the 70s to almost 80 degrees during the day, and then it's gonna get into possibly the low 50s at night. Perfect for this quilt. So this is what's coming with me. This thing only weighs 15 ounces. I will be bringing this TREKOLOGY pillow for a pillow that I will likely sleep on top of, sort of, because I'm a side sleeper. I kind of prop myself up with this pillow. And then for my second pillow, yes, I bring 2 pillows when I backpack. Helps me sleep better. This one will go under my head. This is the Outdoor Vitals pillow. It is a little bit more comfortable, I found, than the TREKOLOGY one for my head. It's got kind of a spandex material on it. Stretches a little bit more, and it's a little bit lighter as well, coming in at about 2.5 ounces. The shelter that I'm gonna take on this trip is an ultralight shelter. It is the Big AGNES Scout 2 Carbon. This is a fully Dyneema tent that weighs just under 1 pound with the stakes, everything. It is a trekking pole tent, so that doesn't include any poles in there, but it is a fantastically lightweight tent. Now, this is an extremely delicate tent because the outside fabric is made of a 0.34 Dyneema, and the floor is about a 0.51 Dyneema. So if you know anything about Dyneema tents, there's a really popular one out there called the ZPACKS Duplex. The floor on this tent is about as thin as the sidewalls on the ZPACKS. So that's why this is able to get a little bit lighter. The only downside to this is it doesn't have any vestibules at all. I'm not really worried about that because this has room for 2 people in it, which means that I can fit my gear in there along with me when I'm by myself. So for my poles, since I'm not going to be taking trekking poles on this trip because the terrain is fairly easy, this is a section I've hiked several times, I ordered these carbon fiber tent poles off of ZPACKS. They weigh about 3 ounces for the pair, and this will replace having to use trekking poles for that tent, which brings my entire shelter under 20 ounces. Because the floor of the tent is really delicate, I'm going to be using a TYVEK ground cloth. I chose TYVEK over Polycro, and Polycro, if you don't know what that is, it's sort of like the plastic that people would put over their windows. in different seasons. This is a little bit heavier of a fabric. It only weighs like an ounce more than the polycro that I've got. And this is a little bit more durable, so it should protect the bottom of the tent a little bit better as well. I'll be using the Outdoor Vitals layering system. I'll start off with their merino wool quarter zip hoodie. It's merino wool on the inside and it's got sort of a polyester on the outside. It's a long sleeve, so I can wear this if it starts to get a little bit cooler at night. I'll be taking their underwear with me as well. I enjoyed these thoroughly on my last trip. And the pants that I'm bringing are gonna be the Outdoor Vitals SATU adventure pants as well. I wore these recently on my bike packing trip, did great. I've really enjoyed these in the time that I've had them. I've had these since about November, so been using them on and off quite a bit. And then I'm also going to be bringing this neck gaiter. This is a brand called Buff. It's essentially just a tube of fabric that you can turn into a scarf, you can turn it into a hat, you can turn it into a pot holder if you want to use it for that, but it's got a million different uses, and this always comes with me when I go backpacking. For my down puffy, I'm going to be taking the Arc'teryx CERIUM SL, which stands for super light. This is the hoodless version because I've got a hood on the quarter zip from Outdoor Vitals, and I know it's not going to get really cold at all, and it might get into the 50s, low 50s-ish, so I may not need this, but I'm going to bring it just in case. The rain jacket on this trip will be my Rab Phantom rain jacket. This is a 3-ounce super ultralight rain jacket. I'll be bringing a Ditty bag with me. I got this one from HillTop.com. They were able to personalize this for me. Pretty cool. On the inside of the Ditty bag, this is all the stuff I will be bringing. I'll be bringing the ZPACKS toothbrush, small toothpaste, the Swiss Army Classic SD, and the Sea to Summit head net because it is mosquito season here in Wisconsin. I'll be bringing the Nitecore NU25 headlamp, a couple of extra cords for my electronics. That would be my camera, my headlamp, my power bank, and my cell phone. And then these are just 2 fire starters. These are just Esbit cubes. I bring Esbit cubes literally on every single trip. I wrap them in aluminum foil because they tend to stink really bad. They smell like dead fish, so this helps tone down that smell quite a bit. For my cook kit, I've swapped out my pot to an old version of a pot that I used to bring with me because it's a little bit lighter weight, and I thought it was kind of fun to try to go a little bit more ultralight on this trip. This is actually a new pot though. This is the updated version of that pot. This is the Tokes 550 milliliter pot. The difference is this one has the markings on the side to be able to measure the liquid when I'm pouring it. So that's really important to me. In my old version, I actually had to take a knife and scrape where the markings of measurements were on the inside of the pot. The spoon is the same spoon I'm used to bringing. This is the Human Gear Duo. I'm just keeping a small rubber band around it. And then on the inside, I have a titanium, I got a titanium windscreen that I've had for years and years and years. I've got this pot stand that I picked up from KeyWiz.com or KeyWiz.com. They sell ultralight stoves and that kind of thing and pots. This stove I'm going to be bringing is the Kojin alcohol stove. I'm going to try the alcohol thing again. I did this for the first time this past February when I was in the exact same location I'm going to now. And I just thought it'd be fun to do it again. So that's my cook system. To carry the fuel for the stove, I'll be using this small bottle that I could just squirt right into the alcohol stove, and I will likely keep this like in a side pocket or the back pouch on my backpack. For a first aid kit, I'll be taking my Adventure Medical Kit 5. This is a completely modified medical kit. Everything inside of here is totally different than what this came with, and that's just simply because I've pretty much used everything inside of it. If you want to know what's in here, I will link that video right here so you can check that out. For bug protection, I do spray down my clothes with Sawyer permethrin spray. That's an awesome spray. If you don't know what it is, you just spray it on your clothes. It'll last like 6 weeks or 6 washes, whichever comes first. But I also use this. This is Picaridin insect repellent. This is a lotion. I like this because it's easier to put on the spots that are just kind of sticking outside of the clothing that you just sprayed, and it's not something that you're wasting by spraying off into the air. But check this out. I found these on Amazon. These are a daily version of this lotion. This bottle weighs about 4 ounces, but you can get this daily version. These are just little tear off pouches, almost like a ketchup pouch, and it weighs under a half an ounce for this packet, and it's just enough to get your face, your arms, your ankles, and whatever else you need. I highly recommend you guys try this out. I'll put links to all this stuff in the description below. As far as water filtration goes, I am trying this for the very first time as well. This is something I ordered a few months ago. It's kind of been sitting there because I've been in quarantine. I am trying the KATADYN BEFREE water filter. I have seen a lot of guys starting to use this, and from just messing around with it at the house, the flow rate, in other words, how fast the water comes out and it's filtered, is extremely fast. It's almost like, you know, water coming out of a faucet. So I got the 1 liter version. This weighs about 2.5 ounces, and I'm gonna use this in lieu of my whole gravity feed system that I've been using for years and years. Now that's extremely convenient, but I think with the fact that this can flow as fast as it can, it's gonna do just as well as a gravity feed system, I'm hoping. So as far as water carry goes, I'll just be bringing a couple of 1 liter plastic water bottles that you can get from any gas station. Now for your favorite part, my poop kit. This is my TP for my PP. So inside of here, I just have some toilet paper, some wet wipes, and I also have some sanitizer to clean up afterwards. Aren't you glad I showed you that? As far as the food that I'm gonna be bringing on this trip, I have a food bag here that I also got at HILLTOP Packs. It's just a big Dyneema food bag, and really nice that they're able to personalize these as well. I'll put the information for this in the description below if you're interested. This is a lunch that I'll be eating. This is the Green Belly Meal to Go. These are awesome. This is fantastic. This is my favorite of the bunch. This is the mango cashew coconut. And then for dinner, I'll be eating some Peak Refuel. I like these because these take a lot less water than the Mountain House meals. This one only takes 1 cup of water, and it is 870 calories for the pack. So less water, more calories. I would rather drink the water like out of a water bottle than have to eat the water out of the pack. I feel that's more, I don't know, refreshing. So that's why I like these. Also, I will be bringing a Bic Mini lighter with me. So yes, I will be bringing a way to create fire. However, I do not have one here. I will have to pick one up. I lost all of my Bic Minis. They are gone. So hopefully my kids don't have them. That'd be bad. And then for safety, I'm going to be using the BIVY stick. The BIVY stick is very similar to the Garmin InReach. It is a satellite communicator that connects to my phone, and it's got a check-in button. It's got an SOS button built right into it. And this is the new version that is actually going to be coming out. This is a prototype version that I have had since February when I went to the Canyonlands. I take this with me when I go biking because I bike frequently, and I will do a full review on this device coming up in the very, very near future. Now, if you've ever watched any of my other gear loadout videos, you're probably wondering why there is a specific gear item that is missing from this loadout. And that is because I need your help. I need to know if I should be bringing this gear on this specific trip because it's going to weigh my pack down a little bit more. Since I've got such ultralight gear here, and we're talking this whole setup so far is under 8 pounds, should I be adding my HELINOX Chair Zero? I could instead bring a sit pad because all of the campsites that we're going to do have some place to sit. So there's like a bench inside the shelter. I technically don't need this, but I've brought it on so many trips. I just love bringing it. So tell me in the comments below, do you guys want me to bring this and add the extra weight? Or if you don't want me to bring it, I won't. So based on your guys' comments and what you guys tell me, I will bring this or not bring this. Also, there's one more thing that you guys need to help me with. So my camera setup, the one I'm filming on right now that I'm staring into, weighs about 4 pounds with the lens. It's a Canon EOS R with the 15 to 35 RF lens on it. This is a very nice camera system that will provide fantastic, beautiful footage for the trip. And then I normally bring a tripod that weighs a pound or a second tripod that weighs 2 pounds. So we're talking like 7-8 pounds worth of camera gear that I'm debating not even bringing on this trip. Yes, I would still film the trip, but I would do it on my iPhone. And I do have a video on my channel of a trip that I have filmed with my iPhone, and I thought it turned out pretty well. But you guys tell me, Should I bring the 8 pounds, 7-8 pounds worth of camera gear? Or should I do this ultralight trip and just experience ultralight again and film it with my phone and not bring the chair? Let me know if there's anything in this gear list that you would change, or if I forgot anything, which there probably is something that I forgot. I'm gonna shut off the camera and go, oh, I forgot to film that. I will also list all of this gear in the description below on my lighter pack link. You guys can check it out there. You can see all the weights, everything you want to see. And if you guys want to pick up any of this stuff, I'll make sure I put all those links in the description below as well. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. Also subscribe for more. Hit the bell notification so I can send you a video every time it's released, and I will see you on the next one.